What's up? I'm Wilfred Cyrus. Thanks for tuning into my tutorial. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. Today we're going to get into my top 3 favorite FL Studio hacks. And these hacks are 3 of the most important things you need to know in order to make a dope beat in 2023. Alright, and the first thing we're going to do is break down how to make a chord. And I'm going to show you a scale, and I'm going to show you how to derive a chord from a scale. And we can jump right in. All right, so we're in FL Studio. I'm going to open the piano roll, and right here I already have the scale laid out. And really what a scale is a group of notes that sound good when played together. A lot of music is subjective and it can just be described as sounding good. One really useful feature I want to show you in FL Studio is called note helpers. You go up here to this little caret, you go to View, Scale Highlighting, and you can pick any scale, and then you can pick any key. So right now I'm just in minor natural, and in the key of C. So what that does is allow you to see all the notes in a scale. No matter what type of scale you want to be in or what key you want to be in, you can see what notes are in it. And some people might think this is cheating, but I happen to think that it helps you really express your musical ideas kind of beyond music theory knowledge that you might have. You can still get your musical ideas out just by using note helpers. Let's start by drawing in the root note. So C. All right, and then you skip a note in the scale and you go up to the third. It's because it's the third note in the scale. And like I said, you play every other note in the scale to form chords. Skip another one, this would be the fourth. So you go up to the fifth. Now that is a C minor triad. Now once you have a triad, you can throw on sevenths and ninths. You start to get into a jazzy sound and feel. So you go up here to the seventh. And you skip another one, and this is the ninth note in the scale. And you can go clear up to the 11th. Now when you program things in FL Studio, a lot of the time you want to make them sound more natural, like you played them in. So I'll give you 2 tips on how to do that with some chords. You want to highlight everything, and with this knob, you can strum everything. About like there. Now all the notes don't play at the same time, and it sounds like you hit them on a keyboard with your fingers. Now we can adjust the velocity of these notes so they're not all at the same volume. You want to hit Alt-R. Brings up the randomizer, and you want to adjust the velocity. See how all these notes are at a different volume now? Much different. Now let's move on to some hi-hat tricks. I'm going to show you trap style hi-hats. We're going to be in the BPM of 140. All right, first I'll just fill out the first 4 steps and then take it straight to the piano roll. With the piano roll, you can duplicate things more easily. I'm going to draw this pattern out. All right, now all of this is at the same velocity. Now I want to double the speed of this pattern. We'll highlight everything, shift select, and drag. It duplicates it. Now, don't deselect these because you want to adjust the volume. Change the velocity and it adds swing. Now let's go over note lengths. So these are quarter notes. And they're quarter notes because they divide a whole note into 4. This section right here is a whole note. So you'll hear this 4 times in that whole note. So it's a quarter note. These are 8th notes. It's divided into 8ths per note. We'll bump up to 16ths. How about 30 seconds? Now we'll go all the way up to 64ths. Learning these note patterns will be useful when you go to program in your hi-hat rolls. When you program in hi-hat rolls, a lot of the times you want to think of them as kind of a drum fill. And traditionally, drum fills come in at the end of a pattern. So if you're going to do a roll, you'd be here at the end of a pattern. So that's an 8th note roll. Once you get that basic roll pattern down using it at the end of a bar, start moving them around and you can really find lots of places for rolls. I like to put them on an upbeat. So what I mean by upbeat is if you're nodding your head to the beat, the upbeat is when your head bobs up. All right, so the upbeat's gonna be right here. 16th note. A lot of times what I like to do is program in a roll and then move that roll around the pattern and see where it might sound good. And don't forget you can pitch the hi-hats. You want to go up a few semitones, down a few semitones. You can also do some pretty cool things with the velocity. Left click, and you can adjust the velocity like this. Now I want to do some faster rolls with some of the volume fades. I'm going to do a 64th note roll, and I'm going to pitch them down. And get the volume. So a little hi-hat roll technique I like to use all the time. I'll let you in on it. It's two little triplets back to back. It sounds like short bursts. I'm going to put them right here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Here it goes. Dit, dit. So once you get your rolls programmed in, you can go and adjust the panning. Go right here. Go to note pan. And then here it gives you the ability to pan left and right. You don't really want to go too hard. I don't usually go over 50% unless you're really trying to add, a dramatic effect. But really, you just want this to give it a little texture. And you can pan every single one, just a little. Don't go overboard. But I usually, on the rolls, I'll pan it bigger. I'll exaggerate it so you can hear. Now I want to go over something used in drill and trap music all the time. It's 808 slides. Let me break those down. Let's go into the piano roll on an 808. First thing you want to do on your 808, go here. You want to set your attack all the way down, hold all the way up, decay down, sustain down, release down, and that makes it so you have more control over the sound. Back to the piano roll. Let's just draw in a C note, and I'm going to cut it in 4 pieces. Let's put in a slide note. I'm going to draw it in 1 octave up. Double click it. See this little triangle? It makes it a portamento slide. Now, this note right here is a slide. It's going to go from this note here up to this note, and it's going to take the length of this note for that slide to happen. So if I go like this, the slide's going to happen very quickly. If I go like this, it's going to be long. Now if I shorten it, see that? And if you do it even shorter, that's how you get that effect in drill music. Another cool trick you can do with a slide is a stop effect. Stretch it out longer, it sounds like a slowdown. Shorter, it's more of a stop. This one's really dope. You can do a reverse effect to slide into a note. Draw in your root, create another note, make it a portamento. But to slide into this, you're going to want to mute your regular note. Drop the volume all the way down. Now you can't hear this one hit and slide out. You can hear this one slide in. All that happens when you do a slide note is that one note fades out and the other note fades in. So this one, you won't hear fade out. You're just going to hear that one fade in. So we went over what a scale is. We went over how to make chords. I went over hi-hats, note lengths, hi-hat rolls. We went over a bunch of 808 tips, portamento slides, reversing, all types of stuff in this tutorial. I hope you learned something. All right, check you on the next one. Peace.